weird dreams.
In your restless dreams, you see that town.
In my restless dreams, I almost encounter Pennywise from It.
How
And
was it? Did he go, step right up, Jesse? Step right up.
when I realized what was about to happen, I forced myself out of the dream to wake up. I'm like, nah, mate. And I felt my neck move in the real life and turn over, and then my eyes open, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, it was actually the first time I've ever forced myself out of sleeping. So, it's a series of dreams, all of them more weird.
Motherfucker, I'm impatient.
So, oh, Pearl Marina. You know what'd be cool, Brandon? If they could glow in the dark.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I used to be, not anymore, and I don't like the show.
Oh, you don't like the show? Why not?
That's pretty much what I felt about it. I think that has a lot of better episodes than Goosebumps, but generally, meh.
Well, no, yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark is better than Goosebumps.
Yeah. What about The Haunting Hour? Have you seen The Haunting Hour? Basically
No.
a modern version of Goosebumps. You haven't?
I have not.
It's by R.L. Stein.
Oh my god, you know, the first thing that comes to mind anytime I hear Goosebumps is freaking that video, Super Mario Brothers Frustration. Because when the guy gets really mad playing that freaking ROM hack of the game, like, at one point, he keeps yelling how the game is worse than, like, a number of different things. And one of the things, he's like, this is fucking worse than an R.L. Stein book.
Wow. Funny enough, I've read some. I've read the Gnomes one, which I heard was one of the popular ones, and the dummy one. But anyways, back to my dream. I fell asleep, and in the dream felt a bit more natural than normal. I think it's because I used to try lucid dreaming, but to very little results, so I stopped. But basically, what happened was, I'm playing Mario World on a CRT in somebody's house, and then all of a sudden, I'm face down on like a table in like the supermarket place, right? And across from me is freaking Beverly, and apparently the entire story got retconned a bit, because from what I remember, I was Beverly's brother or something like that, but like in the dream. But it was like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. So I'm Beverly's brother, but I'm still like the main character. Like,
No,
I forgot the main
Richie.
character. Not me.
And so our heroes
Um,
themselves overlooking miles of rolling farmland.
But yeah, so
where it seems
apparently
like
I'm the main
Jack and Jill
character
are
slash
up to a
Beverly's
bad
brother,
magical
and
Despite Jack's broken crown and a
I'm in the
possible soul
supermarket, and then there's like
fortune,
this one YouTuber walks by, and I'm like, hey, are you this one guy? And he's like, yeah, you know me. And then he gets excited, and then happy, and then he leaves. And then all of a sudden, we go back to the house, right? Just a house in the woods or someplace. And in the backyard of this house, it's like fall time, right? It kind of looks like the first area in Resident Evil 4, except more realistic, I guess. And it kind of looked like the entire neighborhood was abandoned, but our one house and the house looked really shabby. And there's this tree house on the right side, and on the left side is a yellow slide. And then I am like, wait a second. I know Beverly. I know she's not my sister. And I'm like, wait a dang second. My brain trying to put me in a nightmare here. Then some guy walks out and he's like, "Come on, we need to go," and I'm just like, "Not me." And then I forced myself to wake up. So I got myself out of that situation. Then when I fell asleep again because I couldn't stay awake, it's like when I woke up, quote unquote, I woke up to sleep paralysis. So I'm just like, I'll just go back to sleep.
Wait, what the
And
fuck? Did that cow just fucking do a goddamn rooster call? Or wait, no, it's goddamn sniffing for goddamn cookies.
you know what they say, cookies and milk go together.
Oh, fuck.
But anyways, next dream was I was in apparently some Family Guy episode, like it's part 3 of it. And the reason I say this is because I remembered this part 3. It's not a real part 3. I'm guessing I've had a dream of the quote unquote Family Guy 3-parter before. Because I remembered it. And there was this one guy who was taller than me. I have no idea who he was or even what his name, what I called him in the dream. But, I was like, oh, hey, look at this part of the episode, look at this part. And all of a sudden we were inside of that part. And then inside the Family Guy 3-parter, it was the first part of the 3-parter. And it was when Peter was at a baseball game and he goes for a pitch, but he accidentally lets go of his baseball bat and hits Brian. But I was in Brian's place, and the one guy I was with was behind Peter, and when Peter swung, instead he just back swung and hit the one guy. Yeah, it was weird. And there was weird cuts to it where it cut to different parts, but I don't remember those specific parts. And I had dreams afterward, like 2 more dreams afterward, but my brain just kind of forgot them as soon as I woke up.
I will say, you having a dream where you self-inserted yourself into goddamn it, that sounds like something elementary school and middle school schnick would have done.
Oh.
Because
Funny enough,
that's one thing I would always do as a kid, self-insert myself into shit.
Insertion. I mean, I had a dream of SpongeBob where I was nowhere to be found. Like, it was just a new episode of classic SpongeBob. But do you want to know how dumb it was?
What happened?
It was about bikini. It was about, like, okay, so everyone in the show's there, and they're talking about, oh, this great tragedy is going to happen unless we try to stop it. And Scooter's like, no, I'm not going to help. And then the great tragedy happens to be a flood, and everyone's houses get flooded. And the main problem with that is that you're underwater. So there were floods happening underwater in my dream. And then I woke up, and I'm just like, wait a second, that was the dumbest episode of classic SpongeBob I've ever seen.
I just killed a whole swarm of bees with a bug zapper.
Not the bees!
So goddamn Shrek had just killed pollination.
The bees are gonna sue Shrek. No, they're gonna sue ogres, not just one ogre.
Oh yeah, the goddamn bee movie.
Is Brandon here? Or is his mic muted?
I know he's editing the Ultimate Shrek episode.
Oh.
That's what he's been doing the past couple of videos.
What the fuck?
There he is.
Apparently Skype had a problem with my microphone this entire time, and it just now told me about it.
Wham wham. I assumed that either you weren't talking or you were muted because of family reasons, so I didn't want to mention it.
No.
I'm glad though.
I saw, like, when you joined the call, apparently it fucked up my mic.
I heard you laughing when I joined in.
Yeah, and then it just broke.
Oh no, you broke it!
Is there anything you were trying to tell me?
Not really, but Right now, I'm fucking just edited in a picture of a dolphin because Adam laughed and he sounded like a fucking dolphin.
What did he sound like?
Wow.
He sounded like this. Oh, hold on. Let me fucking share the audio.
He has quiet laughs.
God damn it! This is what he sounded like, Schnick.
Oh god.
You ready?
Yep.
Wow.
He fucking sounds like a dolphin.
That's him? That's him?
Yes!
Wow.
That's why I put a picture of a dolphin in, because he fucking sounds like a dolphin.
Adam is secretly a dolphin. Freaking Echo the dolphin.
DSP is secretly a hyena.
No, DSP is a pig roach.
Yeah, he is a pig roach with hyena DNA because that's what people have compared his laughing to.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he go?
Sounds like a hyena. Oh.
I used to laugh like a hyena. I went like that.
Like that?
Yeah, but then I went to go kind of like that, and now I'm. for
Well,
some
we all
reason,
know what DSP's obnoxious cackling sounds like.
Yeah, he's like.
It's more like. And then
This
adding
is
a
like
snort
Popeye.
afterward. But no, you know there actually is some news involving DSP.
I watched it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking okay. So Jesse, you know what happened to DSP?
Did he say something offensive and people got mad?
Nope.
No, he did
YouTube
that,
took
he
away
did
his
that like
ad
2 months ago.
monetization. Well, yeah. YouTube decided to take away his ad monetization for his YouTube channel, and now he's not even partnered with whatever he was partnered with.
No. Here's what happened. His channel always never had monetization. Like, he was never allowed to have AdSense. And that's simply because back when he made an AdSense account, like in the early 2010s, he encouraged his viewers to click ads just so he can get more money. Except you're not supposed to tell them to do that. And because of that, fucking DSP got banned from AdSense. And of course he was claiming it wasn't his fault. And ever since it happened, he kept changing his story as to why he's not allowed to have an AdSense. Including this time.
Wow.
And so essentially the only way he was able to make money is through a partnership. So he had Machinima for a while. In fact, the reason why he joined Machinima was because a friend referred him back when he lost his AdSense. And then he lost Machinima, and then it was Curse he joined with. And Curse dropped him recently.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I've been trying to find out exactly what happened that made Curse drop him, but I can't find a reason, other than Curse just got tired of him.
What the heck? My mom's making pizza, and what I smell instead is intense ramen. I think my nose might be busted.
It's busted. Who you calling busted, Buster? That's right.
Something a ghost would say.
Huh?
So that sounded like something a ghost would say.
That's what freaking Woody was being during that scene, a ghost. That's right. I'm talking to you, Sid Phillips.
That fucking scene is hilarious.
It is. From now on, you must take good care of your toys. If you don't, we'll find out, Sid. We toys can see everything. So play nice.
You wanna know something hilarious, Nick?
What?
Way back in, like, the 3rd grade, my friend Zai was quoting that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna memorize it better. So then I memorized it, and then by the time I'm back to school, I forgot, and he forgot even what he did. So I'm just like, oh.
I only skipped over. I only skipped over one quote. Where right after, I think I skipped only over one quote. Like right after he's like, I'm talking to you, Sid Phillips. He's like, we don't like being blown up, Sid. We? That's right, your toys. And then all the toys come out, and then what I said takes over from there.
Doesn't he say something first when he pulls on the ring? Like he says like a normal thing first, and then he starts going crazy?
No, what happened was, he puts Woody on the grill, and he puts a match in his freaking holster, saying, maybe we can have a cookout later. Probably referring to frying Woody. And then he's about to light the rocket that Buzz is strapped to, and then all of Woody's catchphrases in his voice box start going off. Like, reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. It's busted. Who you calling busted, Buster? There you go. Just taking a sip of Pepsi. Now I gotta wake this cow up. Brandon, in this game, the cows don't dance. They eat cookies.
We got mad cow disease. Yeah.
Oh, wait a fucking minute. Oh, I can't lead the cow down that way.
Oh no, brown cow. I'll go get my charger.
Help the pig with the beanstalk. Oh, I just have to kill the rats. Oh, it might be better to play this. Brandon, when Brandon gets back, I thought of a topic we could talk about.
I'm still here.
Oh, you are?
I'm just editing. Yeah.
Are there any popular people on YouTube with a good reception that you don't like?
I had before, but I've forgotten their names.
I mean, I don't really enjoy watching the Game Grumps anymore, so...
Yeah, you know, it's funny, a lot of people are now comparing the Game Grumps to Dark Side Phil. I mean, they're not nearly as bad as Dark Side Phil, but freaking Ego Raptor, who's usually the one holding the controller, has exhibited a lot of Phil-like symptoms of ignorance, particularly when playing Zelda games.
He's a grump.
Well, there's that, and the fact that, well, I fucking hate their new art style. It looks like shit.
What?
And,
they changed their art style?
Yeah.
They used to be orange and had bubbly heads, and now they're whatever color they want, and they have, like, full bodies, and they're really blocky, and it looks weird. It's not that bad, but, like, every thumbnail is different, and it just kind of looks like a mess when you go to their videos, when before it used to look really clean.
Yeah.
And and they have different, like, tons of different series now, so a lot of the actual Game Grumps videos you would want to see get buried under piles of stuff you wouldn't want to see.
So, that's another Phil symptom they admit. They express. They release so many videos that the ones you want to see get buried.
Like,
I
I
think
think
that,
and
they're not even nearly as funny as they used to be.
See, that's the thing. Like, you can be bad at games, but you at least have to be funny and respectful.
Like, There have been some funny
Like, for
moments,
instance,
but
well, sorry, but for instance, AVGN, looking back, he actually kind of sucks at a lot of the games he plays, but at least he's, I mean, well, I don't know if he's exactly honest about it, but he doesn't insult people who like the game.
well, there was ones where he was playing Barbie, and he said people who played this.
Well, I guess
don't
you
know.
could say even when he
Precisely.
insults people as the nerd, like, it's exaggerated to the point where he doesn't really mean it.
Yeah, he said something like, if people play this game or the designers behind this game were probably so obsessed with fashion or something like that. I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like that. I am bad at ABGN coding.
Huh. Well, was there anyone in mind you had?
There's some YouTubers, that I used to hate that I've grown to like. More so because I realized that they make good content, just that we have differing opinions on stuff.
Yeah.
I used to like Game Theory, now I feel like they're meh. Well, I do watch one thing of Game Theories, which is The Science of, which isn't Matt Pat. I don't really like Matt Pat's videos anymore.
Yeah, Matt Pat's videos aren't really great. I prefer to watch the Game Theory's Noggin guy.
Noggin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I am very selective about who I see on YouTube. Like, for instance, I'll admit, there's one guy on YouTube I'm subscribed to called Mysterious Mr. Enter. Thing is, there's a lot of people that actually don't like him, because there actually was a point where he was making a lot of mistakes. But then he realized he was making those mistakes, and he apologized for them, and he gradually got better and better and better. Like, you'll see, like, the gradual rise in quality in his videos, especially since he hires an editor. And yet, there's still people on YouTube that make videos saying, oh, he's a crybaby, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, there's, I like a lot of animation channels. Some of them I've fallen out with, like Saberspark and Veilstubum. But Mysterious Mr. Enter, I've grown to appreciate. Like, when I found him, I'm like, oh, he's pretty cool. But I saw some people don't like him for whatever reason, so I started digging.
The thing is, the moment I discovered his channel, I pretty much always liked him. Like, even when he was making the so-called bad videos. Let's just say, yeah, like, some of those videos were, looking back, yeah, there were some problems, particularly when he was reviewing SpongeBob episodes and directly insulting the writers.
Yeah.
But then
there was
one doing that.
There was one, what was it? There was one King of the Hill episode, which he didn't like, but it was a completely satirical episode, right? Like, the entire episode you're not supposed to take seriously, and it's super over the top, right?
Yeah.
It was basically like Canadians move over right next to Hank Hill, and they kind of have a small little feud over each other, and basically Mysterious Mr. Enter took it as super racist and in the wrong or whatever, when it's supposed to be satirical.
I mean, I know that there's this one guy that criticized Mr. Enter, saying, oh, yeah, he claims that all cartoon episodes have to have morals, and it sucks. When, in fact, that's not at all what Mr. Enter said. In fact, he actually did make a video directly addressing it. It was actually his Drawn Together movie. It was actually the review of the Drawn Together movie, I believe.
What was it?
I
forget
Drawn Together movie?
Exact. No, I know what that is, but what's his, like, quotation for why he likes animation and what he thinks makes it good? Like, what's his draw for anime?
No, the thing is, he doesn't want animated stuff to have morals. What he said was that if you try to do a moral, you gotta make it good. What he meant about not just animation, but anything, you have to have a point.
Oh, yeah, point two.
and the
having
thing is, a point doesn't have to be like a moral or anything. Like, it just you need to give everyone a reason to freaking watch it. Like, for instance,
I feel like
his
that's the
specific
same-
example is SpongeBob's point is that it's funny. That's all you need.
Yeah. Like, I feel that way with video games. Like, some people say, like, video games need to have a super engaging story. I feel like video games don't need... I don't even think video games need stories to be good. I just feel like they need gameplay.
The best way to sum it up is to do a freaking quote from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Here's a suggestion for you. Have a point. You know, that makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Wow. There was one anime. There was one animated series of a book that I used to like as a child, and he didn't like the way the animation was. But despite that, a lot of people did like I think it was like the Wayward Kids, something like that. And the book was like basically a wacky over exaggeration of school. And the series was like that, but had a bit more, I don't know, it had like kind of this off tone to it. Not really off tone, but, you know, I can't really explain the animation, but it wasn't as faithful to the book. But despite its difference from the book, it was still a pretty decent series. Not amazing, but decent. And Mysterious Mr. Ender kind of credited it pretty harshly because he was a huge fan of the books.
Yeah,
So.
Well, the thing is, you don't have... One thing he does make it clear, especially in recent videos, is that you don't have to agree with his opinions.
Yeah, I still appreciate
Yeah,
the
like,
video.
and the whole thing, because the thing is, he actually does not like stuff that I personally like. He hates Rocket Power, a show I like, and he hates the first 2 seasons of Legend of Korra, which is a series I like as a whole.
Wah, wah. But yeah, despite that, if he makes good content and he can make his points to why he doesn't like him, then it's still a good video. It's just that he has a different opinion.
Yeah, like, I get the feeling a lot of popular people on YouTube go the Dark Side Phil route, where like, oh, I hate this, how could you like it?
Yeah.
Like, one video was made by this guy. I actually was trying to find videos where a person went in depth, describing how Watch Mojo is not the problems with Watch Mojo. More than half the video ended up becoming him trashing Mr. Enter and Phantom Strider. In fact, a lot of people, Mr. Enter is a bit more controversial, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like him, but then there were a lot of people in the comments of that video saying, why do you hate Phantom Strider? Because Phantom Strider, nobody really has problems with Phantom Strider, but sure enough, I was almost interested to see more of this guy's videos when he was talking about Watch Mojo. But the moment I saw him starting to trash Mr. Enter to the point where he has a crude drawing of him as a freaking baby in a diaper crying, I was like, okay, I'm not watching this guy ever again.
Well.
He did that?
Yeah.
There was
Okay,
one guy
exporting now.
There was just one guy I watched named Avis Reviews, and he would review new episodes, like new cartoons, and SpongeBob
Where's my box
shows.
cutter?
And he would kind of go on a point like, is this episode really as bad as people say it is? What makes this episode good? Well, this episode bad? Kind of like that. Not exactly Pie Guy rules, but it's kind of like a slightly different approach to how people usually review SpongeBob episodes.
Who did
Like,
it? Who did it?
Avis Reviews. He's a very small time.
Well, on the topic of Pie Guy rules, there was one episode of SpongeBob called I'm Was Stupid. The
yeah,
general
I remember
consensus is that it's one of the weaker episodes of the early SpongeBob episodes, and Mysterious Mr. Enter agreed with that popular opinion. Pie
But
Guy
he didn't
Rules
make
ended
the
up becoming...
videos together.
Oy, he actually confessed that he believes himself... He actually confessed that he likes the episode. And you know, the two of them did a crossover video in the style of a courtroom debate where the two of them explained their reasonings for liking and disliking the episode.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
episode. Anyways, Avis Reviews, apparently had a pretty big problem with Veilskabum. Veilskabum, if you don't know, used to be a
I
huge...
know him. He does cartoon news. I've seen him on occasion. He's not bad. I mean, well, then again, I don't want to say he's bad at all. Like, I mean, well, I'll say this much. At least, he delivers news honestly. Like, I don't know, like, another problem I have with Saberspark is that unless he's reviewing something that's outright bad, he's always seems to be too kind on stuff. Like, when describing the Fairly Odd Parents' decline in quality, instead of just straight up saying that, oh, the writing quality went down, all that, no, he just uses his TV is dying explanation.
Basically, Avis Reviews did a video on Veilskabum, right? And he didn't like it because Veilskabum would do a lot of clickbait, and also...
Does he do clickbait? I didn't really know that.
I don't really know anymore since I don't really watch his channel, but...
I never really thought of him as doing clickbait. Anytime you clicked on a video that has a certain news story, you basically got what you got. No, freaking Pickle Boy on freaking Kid Behind the Camera, he's the one that does freaking real-ass clickbait.
Oh, this was about a year ago. Like,
oh, a year ago. Well, I didn't start watching him until... actually around a year ago.
I used to watch Veilskabum like 4 years ago, back when Gravity Falls was still around.
I didn't watch it that long ago.
He used to do lots of theories on Gravity Falls, but once the show ended, he didn't really have anywhere to go, so he just kind of went to the route of news recruiting, and I thought the videos were decent for what they were.
Yeah, I remember back when I was a Walking Dead fan, I used to watch Trev's Chan too, but the thing is, when I started to hate the show, I noticed that he's kind of a biased Walking Dead fanboy that didn't really like saying anything bad about it. So I stopped watching him.
So, anyways, back then, Veilskabum did a lot of clickbait, and apparently one of Avis Reviews' problems with him is that he didn't really have his own opinion. Like, Veilskabum just kind of like went with the general consensus. So, it's like, he basically criticized Veilskabum for not bringing anything new to the news table. That he was just another channel, basically.
I mean, I'll say this much. I like that he's a news channel that's simple to the point. Like, he doesn't overuse animated characters. Like, a lot of people on YouTube like using, like, animated avatars. Whereas he just simply displays relevant images and just gets to the point. Like, I kind of like that.
Yeah. Avis Reviews said he didn't like the short-styled videos because he used to pump them out like all the time. Like, what he could have expressed in 1 or 2 videos, he did in like 4 or 5.
No,
like,
nowadays I think he does stories in 1 video only.
Yeah, now he's a lot more better at it. So, and apparently he also redid a lot of the same types of video concepts. So some of his videos were just kind of repetitive.
Oh, is Brandon doing police chatter? Holy shit, I've been going for like 30 minutes. Whatever.
Yes.
Alright. Oh, it's hero time for Jinji. Are you harnging now all of a sudden?
No, I said, alright, onions.
No, you gotta do it better. It's like, alright, onions.
Layers!
Well, I can't do the tongue rolling. That's Mario. That's a Mario Tube contraption.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, even Jesse did the tongue rolling properly.
Oh, it's because, I don't know, I went to Spanish class.
Well, you had, didn't you have, like, Spanish descent? Jesse, didn't you have, like, didn't you have, like, aren't you of Spanish descent?
Mexican.
Oh, Mexican.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I learned Spanish. Yeah, I used to live in New Mexico, and pretty much almost everyone there had some form of Spanish speaking. So.
Well, that's kind of a given.
Yes, Jesse.
Yeah, and I learned it basically, I don't know, because of my descent. So.
Honestly, I would have never guessed you were of Spanish descent.
I could have sworn he said that at least once, and that's why I heard it.
Well, I also have curly hair. The only difference is I don't really have dark skin since I don't go out much.
Server maintenance for Splatoon? Fuck.
Wah, wah.
Why? I just fucking want to play a couple matches. That's it.
No, you gotta watch Shrek.
I can't though, cause you're unable to.
You know, fuck this. Here we go. Let's fucking do Shrek. Let's get Shrek in here, motherfucker. Let's go. No computer sound though, because that's gonna fuck things up.
Yeah.
Alright, there's Shrek. Get out of the way.
But I am gonna link the drama, basically what happened, and Avis Reviews ended up quitting YouTube, not because of the incident, because out on making videos. So yeah, here's the salt.
Beep, 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 beep.
Are you beating up pumpkins?
No, I have to fucking get past these giant tomatoes here just to get a pail of water.
Oh, Schnick. Okay, I thought you were talking to me. Nah, I'm not beating giant pumpkins. Oh, oh. Oh no.
Goddamn, the goddamn cookie gets beaten by goddamn fucking fruit.
God damn,
It's a
21?
vegetable.
Nice.
Oh wait, no, it is a fruit, not a vegetable.
Well, our team lost Jesse, but you know, I don't really care because I didn't even have that much fun with this last Splatfest.
Womp womp.
Because, honestly, we only played like a couple matches and with the saltiest fucking teammate ever. So
That's
it wasn't really that fun.
I like how after like
Damn
2
it.
hours of ranting, the guy's just like, now I actually feel kind of bad for my salt. And then we just left. You're like, yeah, mate.
Jesse, is it possible to transfer a fucking retarded-ass me from the last console to the Switch?
I don't know, cause oh wait, yeah, you can, from the Wii U to the Switch. My brother did it, but I have no idea how he did it, so.
I must figure this out, because
Alright,
apparently to
get
use
off!
the Amiibo, you have to have a fucking me on the Switch.
You fucking idiot, you goddamn fucking cookie, you break your legs
Which
off
makes no
again.
sense, Jesse.
For what?
To use an Amiibo on the Switch, you have to have a fucking me.
Oh,
It doesn't make any sense. What the hell?
it's probably because Amiibo have the functionality where they can transfer Miis. So,
Fucking
that's
weird.
yeah, that's why they're called Amiibo. They've always been compatible with like Mii stuff. Like with the Mario Kart 8 stuff, and yeah, pretty much Mario Kart 8 is the reason why Amiibos are Mii, have Mii in the name.
Now I gotta fucking get this fucking shit ready. Oh great, and the gamepad's dead. Now I gotta find the charger for the gamepad.
Schnick, what are you playing as?
playing as a
who-
goddamn gingerbread asshole.
Yeah, he's playing his cookie boy.
Yeah, goddamn.
Oh, now I see them. That's why they're tomatoes. They're not giant. They're just big gingerbread men.
Yeah, fucking gingerbread.
Wait, that also doesn't make sense. Why would you have a gingerbread man so small that it's smaller than a freaking tomato?
Oh my god, I guess that does make sense, huh? He is smaller than a tomato. That's weird. Because tomatoes are small. Good job, you won!
Yay, I think we're done. Alright, next video coming up later.